Hey you guys, what's up? My name is Bethany. I'm the owner and founder of Main Wishes, and today we have a special guest with us. This is actually my neighbor Liz, who's had alopecia for how long now?
Oh, ever since I was 3 or 4, and I'm 20, turning 23 this year.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like 20, 20?
20,
Like 20
yeah,
years.
20
Yeah,
years,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
We actually live right across the street from each other, and I've been looking for a Main Wishes model that has alopecia so she can really connect with women who are looking for wigs, scrolling on social media and like trying to find women who are going through similar things that they're going through. And I was just like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna find a model with alopecia. Like, how would I even go about doing that? And I remember when I was going through chemotherapy 11 years ago, my dad was like walking our dog and he asked our neighbor about you and asked if you were going through chemo too. And she's like, no, she has alopecia. And I remembered that and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna go over there and ask
Hmm.
her if she would be our model. And I was like so nervous. I filmed a little bit of it and I could put like the clip here. I'm a little nervous, but I think that I'm more excited than nervous. But I'm about to go across the street right now. My neighbor has alopecia. I've never actually talked to her before. I've been thinking about her becoming a model for Main Wishes. So I'm about to go over right now. I have some of our business cards. I'm just gonna see what she says. Hi.
Hi,
Marley.
how are you?
Hi.
My name is Bethany. I actually live across the street. I have a wig company, and yeah, and I'm actually like looking for a model. I don't know if that's like, something you'd be interested in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god! I was like so nervous to come over here. I brought some stuff for you. I actually have like a bunch of inventory if you want to come check out the wigs.
I can give you my number. You can let me know
Yeah,
when
sure,
you're
yeah.
We got her number. She said that she's down to model for us. And she said yes. And I'm like so excited. And she's here now. And we've just been kind of playing around with wigs. And what was that like for you when I went over to your house? And
Oh my God. It was honestly just really exciting because I was like, I wasn't expecting that in that moment, but I was kind of just like hoping that somebody would like, introduce me into the wig world just because it's been forever that I've wanted a wig, a human hair wig. I just thought it was like the stars aligning or something because I was like, oh my gosh, and she just came up to my doorstep. It was like meant to be.
Yeah.
So it was really exciting.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
thank you.
didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
you were like looking into wigs yourself and like, yeah, because Liz actually doesn't really wear wigs. She
Mhm.
just like she rocks it natural. That's really cool because like I didn't know if you had worn wigs. I hadn't
Mhm.
like I wasn't sure. I know you said that you played around with like some synthetic wigs here and there.
Mhm.
First time she actually came over about a month ago to try on wigs, and that was like her first time ever. I have some of the footage of that too. Okay, awesome. So I'm just gonna put this on. This has a left side parting. So I'm just gonna have you like put your thumb right here, and then I'm gonna slide it down.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think?
I haven't seen myself with a part in ever.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this color on you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, I love it. What do you think?
It's crazy.
The change.
Yeah.
And like there's like a certain like dysmorphia that you get after like taking it off too. And like that's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah. It's like you're like a whole different person.
Yeah.
And then you can just put your
Right there.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. I
I
don't think I've had this much hair on me.
love the way the hairline looks.
It looks so natural.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is so pretty.
Right?
Oh wow.
I feel like this is very spring break.
She's a spring. So this one has another part on the left. So yeah, you can put that there.
This is nice.
What was the color of your natural hair?
It was like a light brown.
It was like a super light brown.
Yeah.
Like a dark blonde kind of.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is very
Oh,
pretty.
I like that
I
color.
do.
That's your favorite?
Mhm.
But yeah, I felt like so special to be a part of that moment because I didn't know that you hadn't worn like human hair wigs or like, wigs that are like ours. So that was really exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely a really exciting journey for me,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you have any advice or anything you want to share with any of the women who might be watching who are going through medical hair loss maybe for the first time? Like it's something that they're actually experiencing like right now.
Mhm.
They just like don't really know how to navigate like the emotional aspect, but then also like trying to even like navigate the wig world, you know?
Yeah. Well, everybody's different. Everybody's journey is completely different. For me, I started when I was 3 to 4 years old, so it all started in patches. So I kind of gradually progressed into universalis, whereas I was areata for a good 6 years of my life. And then I lost everything at 8. And I think one of the biggest things that I learned was to just be happy and content with myself, because hair is so much fun. We love hair.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's more than just who you are, it should be a part of yourself, but not yourself completely. So definitely, you know, be comfortable with yourself, be happy.
I think that's beautiful what you said because it's true. It's fun, you know.
Mhm.
It's fun to be able to switch up your style. It's fun to be able to have the option,
Yeah.
you know. But I think it's what's so empowering about you is you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna rock it the way I am. Like you've like gone through the journey of self acceptance, and then but wigs are like fun.
Yeah.
At this stage, you're just like it's fun, you know.
Mhm.
It's not like I'm trying to find my identity in these wigs. It's just fun,
Yeah.
which I think is really beautiful.
And don't get me wrong, I do get like the stares and the questions out in public, especially when I'm just like, letting everything loose. And it's more like a learning experience. Everybody's curious. I don't take it personally when people come up to me and ask me questions, but everybody's curious. So don't, if somebody comes up to you and you're over there being, yourself, head free and all, just, people are curious. It's nothing, it's not a personal attack on you. It's nothing personal. It's more so just people being curious.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice because I know for like myself, I never went out in public without a wig on or something. I guess I did sometimes, but I was like so insecure about it when I like lost all my hair. I think it's so beautiful how you're just so confident, you know.
It took a while.
Yeah.
It really did take a while to get to the point where I'm at now, where I'm just completely comfortable going out in public, no makeup, nothing on my head. I do get like the questions and everything, but it's up to a point where it's like, you know what, I'm comfortable with who I am and who I want to be. And if that could inspire somebody else, then that's a reward in its own.
I think that is definitely inspiring. I feel like you're definitely going to inspire women with this conversation. How do you navigate it when people ask you like, how do you navigate that?
I do get like, the señoras that come up to me and they're like, can I pray with you? And I'm like, you know what, I'll take the prayer, but I'm not battling, the battle that a lot of people do go through. It's more so just like a physical thing that's happening, but my health, I'm completely healthy, but I'll take the prayer. So I'll just stand there in the middle of like the grocery store with them. Yeah. It's that, or it's like, little kids are like, Mom, she has no hair. And that's where I'm like, I have alopecia, I'm healthy, but I don't have hair. And then that's when they're like, why? But you kind of just like have to, it's a point where you have to kind of create a script for how you want to explain it, because not everybody knows about it. You kind of just like, you grow, you learn, you see what people accept, what they'll understand.
Yeah, you just kind of like navigate it with grace and like you know, and like warmth. And how long do you feel it took you, because I know you said that it took you a while to feel this confident. How long do you think it took you?
Oh
Was there like a certain age or like a certain where you're just like
well, I went through phases. That's like, because when I first lost my hair completely when I was 8 years old, we did start off with wigs, but they were like the most uncomfortable wigs ever, especially in the summer. I would have pools of sweat going down my back, and I would be like, oh, this is so gross. But after that, we kind of transitioned into like bandanas and like headscarves. And then I would have the gnarliest like tan line on my head. I almost looked like a donut. Like I would just have like a straight line across my head. And I was like, I need to even this out somehow. And then I went into like flower crowns. So I would always have something on my head. And then I think once I hit like around 13, I want to say 13, 14, I was like, I'm getting rid of these, you know. They were falling apart. The flowers were coming off the flower crowns. And I was like, I need to give this up. And then from there, I kind of just been out in the wild.
Yeah. Just letting it loose. I'm sure the hardest thing was like navigating going through school. And like kids. How was that? Like, if you don't mind sharing that.
It was tough, but it came to, oh my goodness. So just like a couple stories, like in elementary school, not a lot of people knew that I wore wigs. They were synthetic, they weren't anything like special, but you can tell, like, you know, but since it was more of a younger audience, they didn't really know. So I remember I like did a cartwheel or something and my wig came off. I was mortified. I was like, no. And I'm like there on the grass with my head like into my wig and like just trying to like fix it. And oh my god, I'm like shaking the trauma. But there was that. And then I remember like this one kid was like playing with me in like middle school, and maybe he was curious, I don't know, but he like yanked my bandana off, and I was like, ah, you know, like scared because I was like, you know, nobody has seen my head like that. I'm like, it felt like a really, really personal part of myself that I just wasn't ready to share to the world. And then, yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster, but I took that as more of a, I guess, like guidance to be a better version of myself. Because I was like, okay, well, obviously I'm going through this myself. It's a me thing more so. It's more of a self-acceptance type of thing. And then once I like learned to just like accept my circumstances, accept like this is who I am, this is what's happening in my life, that's when I was able to create like really great bonds. And you know, a lot of my friends forget that I'm bald, you know, like they'll look at me like, hey, can I borrow your brush? I'm like, girl, I don't have one.
Can I have
like,
a hair tie?
Yeah, can I have a hair tie? I'm like, excuse me? Like I would like carry hair ties around with me because I was like, they keep asking me for hair ties and I don't have any. Like it was so funny. And then it's like that, or like, you know, my eyelashes are fake, and I'll have like friends come over and they're like, hey, can I borrow your like your eyelash curler, or do you have mascara? And I'm like, girl, I can give you eyelashes. Like
you can see my eyelash collection. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. That's like really vulnerable, and I feel like going through middle school is like traumatic enough, and like having to navigate that on top of it is like, I can understand like how vulnerable that moment was when like it just came off.
And yeah, like middle school and high school, those are moments in your life where you're still trying to figure out who you are, like as a person. It's a lot of self-identity that you're going through. It's a journey in its own. And then going through with alopecia, it was different, you know, because you know, in middle school and high school, you're constantly comparing yourself to others and where they are in life, and you know how they look. Am I skinny enough? Am I too chunky? Or you know, my hair is not long enough. But it's really just like everybody's different. We all are perfect in our own ways, and we're all imperfect in our own ways. But the thing is, a lot of people don't really see those imperfections. It's more so just like a lot of self-criticism that we go through. And I did go through that a lot in middle school and high school.
It's like so amazing to hear your story, and then to hear like, to see like how confident you are now, you know. No, it's true. It really is. Like I feel like I can feel like your confidence, like I can really feel you like embodied in that. like your confidence, your self-acceptance, and like even when we put the wigs on, you're just like you're so excited, like you like they make you happy, but they're not like who you are. You know, it's not like I have to wear this to feel comfortable. You know, and even if you know, because I know that there are a lot of women who feel like I'm only comfortable like with wigs, and that's okay too.
That's
I mean,
perfectly fine.
yeah, and that's okay too. But I just think it's so beautiful to see like how you've navigated all of that, and you're just like, wigs are fun, but I feel like myself right now, you know, just how you are right now. And especially because like where we live in the summer, we live in Southern California, and like it's like almost 100 degrees outside today. So it's like, you know, wearing a wig isn't always convenient. You know, I know how you were saying like you wore wigs and then you'd be like sweating, and yeah, it's not always convenient.
For anybody that's starting off their medical hair loss journey, it's going to be tough for sure. Mentally prepare yourself. There's going to be stares, there's going to be questions, there's, you know, there's going to be a lot of internal battles, but in the end, like you are enough, you know. You in yourself, you are strong, you are good. It's your own personal journey. Don't try to compare yourself to other people and how they're doing. um, you know, there's actually a lot of people that are suffering with hair loss, and you know, most of the time you can't even tell. You know, like I would see people at school, and then next thing you know, somebody would tell me like, oh, you know, she has alopecia as well, and I was like, no way. But you know, I could tell that she just wasn't comfortable in talking about it or letting anybody else know. So it's all a journal it's all a journey. It's all a journey, and it's your own experience. Learn from what you can from it, for sure. You'll do a lot of internal exploring and figuring out who you are.
I love what you said about the internal exploring and like finding who you are outside of your hair, because I feel like for women, our identity is so wrapped in our hair. As soon as we're born, like we're just fed that message. It's not realistic for everyone, you know. Not everyone can grow hair down to their butt and it's super healthy, even if they use like Pantene all their life and all that, you know. Like it's not realistic for everyone. So I was gonna say, and like wigs have come such a long way.
For sure.
Yeah, like I remember like when I was in high school, I was wearing like weaves and like, oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like all the things that I did and all the way like my hair was, I was like known as the girl with the hair in high school, but I don't think that was like a good thing. Yeah, it was like, because I just loved like playing with my hair and extensions and weaves and stuff, and but I would get made fun of a lot too, because like they just weren't what they are today, like the realism and all that. So I think it's interesting how you said like there's a girl that you're going to school with currently, or
back
then, back
then.
in like high school, or and how you were saying like she has alopecia but no one knows, so I'm sure that like her wigs look pretty real, right? Yeah, so that's awesome that the technology has advanced so much, because yeah, like 10 years ago, like everyone would know that you're wearing a wig unless you were like Beyonce or like someone who could afford like a $10,000 $5,000 wig, you know. But now like they're much more accessible and they're much more realistic, so you can navigate your hair loss journey. And if you don't want anyone to know, that can be your little secret, and you just invest in like ultra realistic wigs. I took like my journey with like hair loss and being a licensed hairstylist, and it's really important to me that the wigs look like you can't really tell that it's a wig, because not everyone wants to share that. Maybe it's like still too tender for them, like it's something that they're just navigating through, and it's just not something they want to share openly. It's too vulnerable, and so that's why like it's so important for me that like the wigs look really real. And if you know, and then you can feel confident going out in public wearing it, you know, because some women are like, I don't want to wear a wig in public because people are going to know that I'm like wearing a wig. That was cool what you mentioned about your classmate, how it's like nobody knew.
Yeah, nobody knew. The only reason I knew is because like her friend had told me, you know, and she knew because, you know, they're friends. So I was like, oh my gosh, no way. But if you can tell like somebody just isn't comfortable in that space of who they are yet, then, you know, that's that's perfectly fine. I understood that she was in a completely different space than I was at the time, and I didn't want to push her, you know?
Right. Totally understandable. It is a really vulnerable thing, especially like when you're in school and everyone's already so hard on everyone.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for sharing and for being here, for being open to being our model and for saying yes. I have a few wigs that we're gonna try on. We'll have Liz's socials in the description box, or we'll put it somewhere on the screen here for you if you want to reach out to her, get some advice, or just connect with her in any way if you resonated with her story. Thank you again so much for sharing, for being vulnerable. I know that a lot of women are going to appreciate, that you shared. And I really just want to create like a space for women who are going through medical hair loss and just let them know that they're not alone. Like Liz is saying, it's actually a lot more common than people want to talk about. A lot of people look at me and they would never know I went through it, and so it is a lot more common. I just don't think there's like enough spaces where women are talking about it. So I really appreciate you sharing. And yeah, we'll have her socials available for you if you want to connect with her.